you've been showing up, you've been making the changes, but you're not seeing results yet. And that is when most people quit. They assume it's not working, they lose faith in the process, they believe that deep down they are not worthy and it's not possible for them. But here's the real truth, the actual truth. Lasting change takes time, especially if you are making transformations that will stick, especially if you're using lifestyle strategies that actually make the difference, that actually feel effortless. The most powerful transformation, it often happens way beneath the surface, long before you ever see it. So how do you stay motivated and keep the momentum going when there's absolutely no visible payoff yet? I'm going to dive into the mindset shifts and the strategies that are going to help you to keep moving forward today, no matter what. So let's get started, because I know this is such a sticking point for so many people when it comes to their glow up, their transformation, changing your life. Let's do this. So number one, I want you to start by celebrating the unseen wins. So even if the physical results haven't shown up yet, even in your 3D reality, you can't physically see the changes. They are not visual to you yet. And I'm a very visual person. Look at all the other positive impacts that your new habits are creating. So what I need you to do, even if the external results haven't shown up yet, I want you to think about all the signs of success that you can actually see. You just need to look for them. So here's an example. Maybe you are trying to lose some weight. Maybe you're trying to lose 5, 10 pounds, whatever. And you're already, maybe like a really lovely figure, or maybe you're like the dream body for someone already. Maybe you're somebody who people aspire and look up to, but you're like, I want to take it to the next level. I want to look amazing. I want to be incredible. Maybe you have this goal. For you, it's going to be much harder to drop that last 5 to 10 pounds. I'm not going to say harder, but it's going to require a bit more effort, consistency, because it's up leveled, it's next level. It's not as easy as when you're going from 300 pounds to 150. When you're going from 130 to 115 or 10, that's when it's trickier, because you've already did the hard work. You're already in an amazing place already. You already have everything pretty dialed in. Now refining it is where the time comes in. This doesn't need to be about weight loss, okay? But this is just an example that I think most of us can probably relate to, and I certainly can. You need to think to yourself, right, okay, well, maybe the pounds are slower to drop off. Maybe I'm not seeing the change yet. But let's see what is happening. So what have you done? You've decided to cut out sugar. Well, for a start, let's look at some of those wins. You're feeling more energized. You're having less sugar crashes because you're not always thinking, oh, I need to be snacking all the time. Maybe you've dialed back on all the weekend snacks that you normally have and your cheat days and all that kind of thing. You're like, well, actually, mentally, I don't need this anymore. So you've up-leveled your mind. Maybe you're not waking up in the morning feeling like, oh, that sugar really has affected me in some way. Do you ever get that? Like if you have a fizzy juice or something really sugary before you go to bed, you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, it's almost like you've got a sugar hangover. Oh, I don't do hangovers, and I certainly don't do sugar hangovers unless, there's like a big party or something. But even then, this type of thing, so you're feeling fresher waking up, you're making healthier choices without thinking about it. Your sleep's probably deeper and more restful. You probably don't wake up during the night as much because you're like, oh, I feel good, my body can rest. So celebrate all the other wins in your life. You feel clear. I'll give you another one. Bet your skin is beautiful now that you've given up all this sugar and rubbish. Probably when that time of the month comes around, you're going to feel like you have way less symptoms because you've been eating cleaner, supporting your body, and your hormones are way more balanced. So these are all huge wins. These are all proof that change is already happening, even if you can't see it yet. Even if you're just doing something like going to bed earlier at night. I bet you're waking up with way more vitality and, confidence and just feeling so much more relaxed in the morning. That's an example for me. I've been going to bed slightly earlier. Now, last night, I had a very late appointment at the hairstylist. I had a very late appointment so that I can obviously look after my children during the day. So they were going to bed. I'm going to get my hair done. I come back really late, after 9, when I'd normally love to be almost like tucked up in bed. And so it was obviously Friday night, and by the time my husband and I got to bed, it was probably after 11. So I thought, right, I'm going to set my alarm for 7. I'm going to try and get my beauty sleep. That gives me a very short amount of time to get ready, but my body still woke me up at just 20 past 6. Even when my alarm isn't brightening up yet, it's not shining, none of that. But I woke up because my body clock's telling me, hey, we wake up now. This is a good time for you to wake up. So these are all actually wins. Okay, I didn't get my 7 hours sleep, so I'm feeling a bit tired, but I'm feeling good. Like, my body clock knows when to wake up. My body clock's adjusting. I'm feeling good, and I've had a lot more relaxed morning. I didn't have to. This is a weekend, so as you know, I schedule Monday to Friday content. I didn't have to get up and record today, but I've got one more recording done, which I can bank. So I'm feeling a little more organized when it comes to all the uploads and things like that, so I can stay consistent for all of you. So you see, one tiny change can make a huge knock-on effect. So yes, maybe in the bigger picture, maybe I'm not seeing physical results, but I'm feeling the results, and they don't necessarily have to be on paper. Okay, so I want you to think about that. Let's look at the next point here, okay? And before we do, if you are noticing those small but powerful shifts, I want to drop a comment below and share your experience, share the unseen wins that people don't normally celebrate, because I want to celebrate with you. So the second point, change takes time. So you need to be patient with the process. Remember that the negative habits that you're reversing, they didn't happen overnight. So transformation isn't going to happen overnight either. It can start to happen overnight, but the reality is, even if you're really quick at shifting and making changes and making positive changes in your life, and you're used to that, it can probably take you around about a week or more to really get consistent with the process. Not even necessarily to see results, but to actually feel the changes that I spoke about in the previous slides. So again, let's look at some examples. Let's look at the example of weight gain. I bet you, if you're in the position where you've got some weight to lose, I bet you didn't just wake up one morning, go from being like a size 8 all the way up to a size 16 or 20 or whatever it would be overnight. It doesn't happen like that. Okay? Now, I don't know. For me, I use my denims, my jeans, all that type of thing, leggings. I use that as my guide. I always check the scale, so I know I'm keeping my weight consistent, but obviously I've had a baby recently, so that kind of fluctuates massively when it comes to that. But I like to know that I'm being consistent, and I like to always track and record these things so that I have data to back up what I'm doing. And if these things do start to slip, I do keep my eye on them and I start to make those small changes. But if you're not somebody like me who actually tracks and records these types of things and has the data, then you might not have noticed that weight piling on, or you might have not have noticed that stress gradually building up to the point where you're almost having a breakdown. Or you might not realize that those self-sabotaging patterns have been forming over the years to you're at the point now where you're like, I've totally changed. So these things take time, and you know what? It's totally normal for positive change to take time too, because you need to reverse all of that. So instead of chasing quick results with all these fad diets and nonsense and quick fixes, let me tell you, you just need to fall in love with the lifestyle of the person that you were born to be. You just need to think, in this lifestyle, as the person, as my dream woman that I was born to be, what does my lifestyle look like? And the reason that's so powerful is that actually helps you to think, well, if that's my dream lifestyle, well, that's my steps. That's my literal bespoke steps of what I should be doing every day. That's it. Just visualize what's your dream life and go do the things. Okay, you may not have the Rolls Royce in front of you to actually go for coffee in, but what do you have? Well, you can still go to Starbucks, or you can still go to your, upscale barista, or wherever you're going to for your coffee with your friends or your daughter or whoever. You can still do all of that stuff. You can still do it looking beautiful, but that part is just not, in reality yet, but just follow the process. You'll get there. The changes will happen fast. Start identifying as the person that you're becoming, the person that you were born to be, the person that you actually are already, without all that programming that's filling your brain. So, for example, go back to the sugar one. If you're quitting sugar, if you're dropping all the rubbish, all the chocolate, sweets, all that, you might not lose weight immediately, but you're going to feel lighter. Your energy is going to improve. Your sugar cravings are going to decrease. These are subtle changes and proof that your body's healing and recalibrating. So if you're committed to falling in love with the process, I want to hit like now, and I want you to let me know that you're in this for the long haul. Now, the third point I want to share with you: when you are feeling discouraged, don't go it alone. That's when you're most likely to quit. You're not the first person to face slow progress. So I want you to lean on the wisdom of others who've already walked this path. So here's some ways you can do this. This is your action list for this point. So you can read books, or you can go on Audible. You can watch interviews of people who've been exactly where you are stuck. And then you get to figure out the secret, that the mindset shift that they made that took them to their next level. You can learn their tips for staying motivated during that time when you're waiting, everything's just kind of on pause, to find out the one or two little things, like for example, what we talked about yesterday, those tiny shifts that you can make that are going to lead to all the massive progress. Finally, find an accountability partner, so someone to check in with, celebrate your wins, and remind you why you started. If you need an accountability partner, all you need to do is comment below. I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of people who are interested in finding one too, but not even that, we can support you in the comments. We can give you the accountability here. So that is so important, because probably in your environment, you don't have other people that are as motivated as you. That's just the way life is, unfortunately. So, for example, if you're building a new business, it feels like nothing is moving, study entrepreneurs' early journeys, watch earlier episodes of Diary of a CEO, and you'll see there's lots of business-related content there. You'll see that slow growth is really part of the process before the breakthrough comes. So, I want to let me know in the comments if you've ever been inspired by someone's success story, or even yours. If you have a success story you'd love to share it in the comments, because you might encourage someone here that really needs that accountability, that really needs your wisdom to keep going. So I'm going to finish off the video today. These are quick, short and snappy, because I'm recording these before my babies get up and I don't have a lot of time, but I hope they're providing you with value. But you are closer than you think. I know it. You're here, you're watching the video, you have the motivation, you have everything you need. But just because you can't see the process yet does not mean that it's not happening. The changes that you're making today, you are essentially planting seeds. And these seeds are going to blossom in many ways that you can't even imagine. So stay consistent, trust the process. Remember, this is a lifestyle. It is not a race. So we want to set you up for success. The lifestyle, the journey, let me tell you, it's everything. When you make the achievements, when you do it all, when you look back, it's all about the journey. Trust me, that is the best part. So if you're ready to stay inspired, to keep building momentum, I want to hit subscribe, I want to hit like, turn on your notifications, because this content on this channel is guiding you all the way through your transformation. And remember, you have 100% got this. Just stay motivated. Let us know in the comments of what you're doing to do that. And honestly, I just want you to know that you're supported in this. You're doing amazing. Do not quit. So if you're looking for more resources, you have the manifestation bundle. It's an amazing free gift for you. You can unlock that below in the description box. The link is there. Check out mrsmanifestation.com for everything you need. Amazing things on the website. But keep going. Keep going. Stay motivated. Trust the process. And let me know below what you're doing to do that. Because it's really up to you. You can live your dream life, or you can go back to where you were and keep spinning your wheels and keep staying in the same place and keep staying stuck. Or you can blossom into that incredible woman you were born to be. And I know that you've got it in you. So let me know if these tips helped. I'd love to know your thoughts. I'll see you in the comments.